So I've got a fantastic book for you to read, which is called Sitting Ducks. What do you think this book is about? Yeah, alligators. No, it is. Seriously. It's about alligators and it's about ducks. Now, I love this story because it starts off with somebody having one idea about the type of friendship he wants, and then he totally changes his mind and has another idea. And I'm pleased to say his second idea is better, a far better choice than his first idea. If it's about alligators and ducks, I wonder what his first idea might be. What do you think he might want to do with a duck? I wonder. Yes! I think you're right. I think he wants to eat the duck. Maybe I've read it. Maybe I'm inferring the wrong thing from the story, but you tell me what you think. But anyway, the really clever person in this story is the duck. And by the end of the story, the duck comes up with a very cunning plan to solve a very tricky problem, that occurs in this book. Now, the other thing I love about this book, it's by somebody called Michael Bedard. I've never heard of him. I've never seen another book that he's written. But the book reminds me very much of Monsters, Inc. Because, in Monsters, Inc. you've got monsters, and they kind of live in a parallel universe. They live in a place that looks a little bit like Earth, but also seems a bit different. So it might be in the future, but it seems to be like they're trying to make a setting that's very similar to Earth but different. And this book is kind of similar as well. They've got shops, they've got restaurants, they go to work, they've got flats, homes, they've got beds. So things look very similar, but also you'll notice that things look a little bit different as well. And the other thing I love about this story are the words. The vocabulary in this book is fantastic. It's got so many lovely words, a really rich vocabulary, sort of words that you wouldn't normally use, some really lovely verbs to describe how things are being done. It's really nice. And some lovely adjectives sort of describing the places and the people, and the things that they do. So look out for some of the words as I'm reading the story. Like a word like dazzled. It's lovely, isn't it? Look at the way it just comes out of your mouth. Dazzled. It's a beautiful word. And even words like machinery. It's a lovely word. Try saying that word. Machinery. That's great. There's a lovely picture actually of the machinery. You're going to love the pictures in this book. They are absolutely fantastic. I wish I could draw like this. Wandering. That's a lovely word as well, isn't it? Wandering. Just let your eyes wander around now. Oh, it's a lovely, lovely word, isn't it? Wandering, just going around here and there. It's great. In fact, there's a beautiful word on nearly every page. Stuffed. That's a lovely word, isn't it? Stuffed. I love that word. And, another one. Delicious. That's a nice word. I wonder what he's talking about when he says delicious. Hope he doesn't eat the duck. What other lovely words have we got? Humming. Can you hum? Oof, I had to take a long breath to that lovely humming noise. I wonder what makes the humming noise in the story. You're delighted. That's a lovely word. Awkward. That's a nice word. I wonder what's going to be awkward. That means a situation that you feel a little bit uncomfortable in. Contemplated. That's a beautiful word. In the picture, he's doing this. What do you think contemplated might mean? If you to contemplate something. Yeah, to think about something. And he's very curious, and he roams, and he's hopeless. They're lovely, lovely words. So look out for these delicious words. Breathlessly. Oh, that's a lovely word to say. Breathlessly. That's a great word. Okay, yeah, just look out for these gorgeous words as we go through these lovely verbs. Frightening. Oh, that's a nice word. Favourite. Hatched. Hatched. I wonder what hatches in this story. Troublemaker. Oh, wow. I wonder who the troublemaker's going to be in this story. Practice. Oh, it's delicious again. Oh no, too delicious. Deliciouses. And dreaming and flapping. That's a nice word, flapping. Like the way it bounces off my lips, flapping. Okay, so I really hope you enjoy this book, Sitting Ducks, and get this chappie, who is it? Michael Bedard. And I think, and this is, I always love this, the author is also the illustrator. So not only has he written the story, but he's also drawn the pictures. And like I said, the pictures, wait till you see them, are amazing. Okay guys, enjoy the story. Remember, look out for the bad plan that the alligator has at the beginning. Look out for where he changes his mind and does something different. And look out for the clever way the duck solves a problem and comes up with a glorious plan. Sitting Ducks by Michael Bedard. Day after day, a steady supply of ducks rolled off the assembly line at the colossal duck factory. Alligators pushed buttons and pulled levers that kept the machines humming, while conveyor belts moved the ducks through the factory. Finally, the ducks were loaded onto trucks for their journey to the city. Rarely did anything go wrong. But one day, an egg came through the incubation chamber unhatched. It rolled off the assembly line and fell down, down, down into the shadowy darkness below. The egg landed with a loud crack on the factory floor. Dazed by this rude introduction to the world, a little duck emerged and surveyed his strange surroundings. He wandered through the forest of machinery, awed by its size and dazzled by its beauty. The next thing he knew, the little duck came face to face with one of the worker alligators, who was very surprised to see a duck wandering freely about the factory. Instead of returning the little duck to the assembly line, the alligator stuffed him into his lunch box and left the factory. When the little duck emerged from the lunchbox, he found himself in a nicely decorated flat. The alligator acted friendly, but all the while he was thinking what a delicious meal the duck would make when properly fattened. Each day, when the alligator went off to work, the little duck was left by himself with a large supply of tasty snacks. The days were long and lonely. At night, the little duck was so delighted to see his big friend that he danced madly about the flat. At first, the alligator was bewildered by this weird welcome. But soon, he joined in the crazy dance. As their friendship grew and grew, The alligator thought less and less about eating the little duck. They even tried going out for a meal together. But it proved to be very awkward. One night, while the alligator worked late at the factory, the little duck contemplated the world outside his window. The alligator had warned him never to venture out alone. But the duck's curiosity got the better of him. He just had to sneak away and explore the streets below. Further and further the little duck roamed until he was hopelessly lost and very scared. Rounding a corner, the little duck came upon a brightly lit cafe. His heart leapt when he saw another duck inside. He rushed in and hopped onto the stool. "Hey, I'm so glad to see you," said the little duck breathlessly. "Do you have anything good to eat?" "Oh, yes," said the waiter duck. Up popped a huge alligator from behind the counter. "We certainly do." The little duck would have ended up dish of the day if his alligator friend had not arrived just in time to rescue him. Shaken and sleepless after their frightening experience, the duck and the alligator lay awake talking. "I think I owe you an explanation," said the alligator, and he went on to tell the terrible truth. "After the ducks are hatched at the factory, they are shipped to a part of the city called Ducktown. There they eat and eat until they grow so fat they can't fly away. Eventually, I'm afraid, they end up as the main course in our favourite restaurants." "Ducks can fly?" asked the little duck. The alligator nodded. The duck was quiet for a while. "Ducks can fly? Will you take me to Ducktown? I have a plan." The next day the alligator took the little duck to the edge of Ducktown. It was very difficult for them to say goodbye. "Don't worry," said the duck. "It's better this way. Trust me." The little duck wasted no time spreading the news. At first, nobody would believe his story about the alligators. They thought he was just a troublemaker. But when the little duck showed them the menu from the decoy cafe, the ducks were stunned. "Listen," the little duck said. "This is what we have to do." He told the ducks that if they exercised vigorously, they would lose weight and become strong. Then they would be able to fly south, where they would be free and safe from the alligators. Soon the sky was filled with flying ducks. After some practice, they were ready to fly south, just as ducks are supposed to do. When the alligators looked up and saw their delicious ducks flying away, they were very angry. All except for one alligator, who was very sad. The alligator was sure that he would never see his little friend again. But suddenly the duck burst into the flat with 2 tickets in his hand. "I couldn't leave without you." So together they flew south. The ducks followed the sun to a beautiful tropical island. They were thrilled to find their little hero waiting for them, but they were very nervous about having an alligator in their midst. They needn't have worried though. Mostly, the alligator passed the time dreaming about chicken. Life was good at the Flapping Arms Seaside Resort.